so for the covers, we're going to need 2 pieces of medium weight chipboard that's cut at 8.5 inches by 7 inches. So the height is 8.5 and the width is 7 inches. We'll also need a piece for the spine that's cut at 8.5 inches long by 2 inches wide. Also got a piece of, this is Take Back Tyvek. I got this on a roll, gifted to me. It's by Demco, Madison, Wisconsin, demco.com. So that's it there, Demco. But white Tyvek envelopes is enough. I just had this and it was cut to 4 inches, which is pretty much all we need for it. So I've got that. And now the paper. Okay, I wanted to really have that, but in order to cover it with the spine and have that show, it ain't gonna work because of the layout of it. Even this would have been cut off and you wouldn't have got all that. So instead I've chosen this paper. Even this is going to get cut off a bit, but we will get some of it, and we'll get this little vine that comes down here. We won't get those letters up there, unfortunately. So yeah, you gotta just, I mean, they're gorgeous papers and they're probably best suited to 12 by 12 layouts. Or you could just go with, you know, something else. But I thought this would look really nice as a background to build on for the front cover. So that's why I'm going to use this one. Whether we get any of the detail or not. We've got the planks. Okay, so this then, we need 2 pieces of this paper for the outside cut at 9 inches high by 10 inches wide. Now I know I want to have this and this. I'm going to cut this strip off here, the tag strip, title strip. Okay, just going to cut that off first. I mean, I could have left it on and used it as, because it's going to get folded over and covered up, but hey. Alright, so the height needs to be 9 inches. No, it doesn't. It needs to be higher than that because we've got 8.5 inch piece, haven't we? Yeah, 8.5. So we need this to be, oh, that's right, 9. I was going to do 3/4 overhang, so that's 1.5 inches onto 8.5 is 10. Oh, well, maybe I did the wrong way. Oh, yeah. So it's going to be, sorry about this. Ignore everything I said before. The 9 inches is going to be this way. Okay. The 10 inches is going to be the height. So, okay, so I need, okay, so I'm going to have it, oh, I cut the wrong, oh no, I've got to cut both of those off. Okay, they're both cut off. That is the Somewhere in Time Passage sheet. That one. Okay, now I've got to make sure this is right. Okay, so that's going to be my height, and my height has to be 10 inches. So then I'm going to turn it around and cut that there at 10 inches. Right there. Okay. I'm going to get a bit of this showing. Oh, maybe not. Maybe on the spine. Okay, and then that needs to be cut down to 9 inches. Okay, so I want this side, so I'm going to turn it over, cut it down to 9 inches. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Alright, so that will do as the cover. Now the back, okay, so the cover, it's going to go that way and the back's going to go that way. So if I chop off that and have mainly that, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna have, this is, ooh, maybe I should have it that way. Yeah, I think I will. So it's going to go that way. No, it's not. It's going to go that way. So I can't have, oh yeah, so it's going to go that way. Alright, so I'm going to cut, that's the 10-inch mark, yep. So I'm going to cut this to 10 inches that way. Just be mindful of your directional paper is all I got to say. Okay. So that's going to sit that way, that's going to sit that way because it's going to wrap over like that. Oh wait, that's like that. So then that's got to be that way. Okay, so yep, that's, I don't know. I think I want that one on there, but the top bits are, okay, which one do I want? Yeah, I want this, so I'm going to cut this bit down to the 9 inches. Yep, 9 inches, okay. Let's hope I've done this right, hey? Okay, fingers crossed. So that I want the front that way, and that's the back that way. So then put that way, that's how it's going to go. Alright, so that's how it's going to sit that way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to join these two strips with a piece of Scor-tape. So butt them up in the centre. Line them up. Then grab my Scor-tape and I'm out. Okay. I got enough of this. Let's see. Just okay. Alright, so we're going to line this up. That looks about perfect. Okay. Butting them up. Don't want them overlapping, I just want them butted up together. Right, that's there, ready to go. Let's just put that aside. Now, this is the spine. So I'm going to put Scor-tape, cover it completely. What do I do with it? Put it back. Okay, I'm going to run out of this too. Again, we need to go across there, the top and the bottom. And then we can run it vertically. Okay, remove the tape backing. Let's remove the tape backing from this. This, I don't trust the strength of this. It's not that sticky. So, I want to try and get this centered. Okay. So, about there. No, about there. Oh, sticky, 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 but not too much. There we go. Oh, didn't go all the way down. A little bit over one end and not the other, but that's okay. Alright, and then, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to line that up on my grid mat here. And then I want to put this left cover about, actually, you know what? I'm going to get my Scor-board to help me here. So I'm going to get it and line that up at the quarter, and that's at the 7 there, and slot it down. Oh, that helped. Now we'll get it around this side and line it up there and line the edges up, Jen. And stick it down. That's probably not as... There we go. And then we have that. How cool is that? Scor-board comes in handy for lots of things. So now, ooh, see what I mean? I should have probably put some Scor-tape on that. I knew it wasn't going to be strong enough. Okay, now let's do that, shall we? Just on that edge there. I'm even going to put it on this edge of the Tyvek as well. And I'll do the other side when I've done this. Okay. The paper's going to keep it all in place anyway, but better to be safe than sorry. Let's get the Scor-board back, shall we? Remove the tape backing of that one. Now I've got to be more precise here. So that's going to go over here, Jen. Right about, oops, moved it there. It's good enough. Okay, it's lined up at the top. That's the main thing. Okay, so that's down. And now I want to do the other side. Which one did I do? I know, they're both sitting down alright, so I'm going to leave it like that, I think. Okay. Right. Now if I sit this down here, we've got a perfect 3/4 inch area around that we can wrap this cover. Okay. So what I want to do first is apply Scor-tape to the perimeter of each of the chipboard pieces. So I shall put this on fast forward while I do it. Now I want to put the Scor-tape around the perimeter of this, although what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it from where the chipboard starts. I'm not going to put it right to the end here because we're going to miter those ends anyway. So I'm just going to come in line with the roughly. So if I just take that off, I know it's 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to put it right on the outside edge. So I'm doing the 2 long sides and then I'll do the 2 short sides. Okay. Now I'm going to wrap it. But I also need to put some tape on the outside. Should I have that on the... Yeah, that's the outside. Okay, so I've got to put some around here. Here we go again. Don't I? Yep. Okay. Remove the tape backing. You know what, because that's the spine, I think I'm going to put a bit more tape along the, all that Tyvek, I think. I'm going to cover it with Scor-tape. Or maybe I shouldn't, because it actually needs to move. Yeah. Alright, wet glue. That's all I'm going to use for this on the insides. So I'm going to cover the rest of the chipboard with a glue stick. Okay, and then I remove this piece that we put down to join it. And now we can line it up. We can see... we sort of can see where the join is there. I'm going to gauge it about 3/4 of an inch, and you know what? Okay, it's down. It's down. And that's not too bad. Okay, pretty darn good. Lucky. All right, let's burnish that. We'll get a brayer and really get that glue and tape sticking really well. Such pretty paper. Okay, so there we go. Now what we need to do is miter our corners. Now you don't have to use the perfect trim tool. Glue. And I don't tend to use it. What I'm going to use, I think, is the 125 thickness, I think. So if I put that there, it's probably too much of a gusset, but anyway, it's going there. I'm just going to cut off that, and we're left with roughly an 1/8 inch bit of paper there near the corner. Did I say 125? There we go, there. Now what you could do is take your Timmy ruler or any see-through ruler, and where the inch increments are, it's got a stroke down which is roughly about 1/8 of an inch. So I just put that point of that mark there on the corner and then miter. Okay, so you can do that, or you can just cut it with your scissors, just like that, leaving it roughly about 1/8 of an inch paper where the corner is. All right, done. Now let's bend this paper in line with the chipboard. And then what I like to do is get my bone folder and just run it up against that edge of the chipboard, like that. Just to get that crease happening. Okay. And now what I do is I actually fold over the long sides first, and then tuck in the corners, and then fold the short sides over. So that's what I shall do. So remove. That's the reasoning behind putting the Scor-tape just in line with the chipboard, not right to the edges. Okay, I'm going to have to remove these here as well. I'm just going to take them off now. I could have just pulled it back to where it's going to go like that, but might as well take it all off while I'm at it. Watch me lean it on something and get it stuck to it now. Okay, yeah, might as well do the sides while I'm at it. But I'm only taking it off the chipboard at this stage, not off all the paper, just that line there, that area there. So we've got the tape on the edge of the chipboard, and we've also got it on the edge of the paper, so it's pretty well all covered. So then what I want to do is I want to pull that over from the center and then pull towards me, towards the end, like that, and do the same to the opposite side. So bring that over and push it down. Okay, once it's all down, then get your bone folder and reinforce that stick on there. Okay, and then we'll do the other side, the opposite side. Move that tape back in. Again, I'm just going to push that bone folder up against the edge, and then bring it in and wrap it over onto the center there, and continue that over along there. Get the bone folder and really reinforce that paper onto the chipboard. Okay, so now we've got some little bits sort of overhanging that corner there. So what I want to do there is just push it in, wrap it around that corner is all I'm doing just there. Okay, just use my bone folder to cover that corner bit. So I'm going to do that to all four corners. This side had a bit more, so I'm just going to tidy that up a bit and squish it down. I'll show you in a minute. It's not real neat, but it'll get covered up. Okay, at least the corner's covered. Okay, do the same to this one. We're just bringing it in and wrapping it around that corner so the corner of the chipboard doesn't show. Remove the tape backing and push it over in the center and then outwards like that, and reinforce it, and then you'll see it's corner pieces are all covered. Okay, nice and neatly. Same to this side. Alright, now in the center here, what I'm going to try to do is very gently push that paper onto that Tyvek there, giving it a good crease very gently and bringing it up like that, just to reinforce that curve there, corner edge. Do the same to the other one, so just sort of, okay, and now what side is that? That's the side I'm going to have. Okay, and that's the spine. Now we've got that join in there, but we'll you sort of can't tell, but we can fix that. We'll do something to that later on. That's such pretty paper. I love it. Okay, now we've got to do the inside here. Okay, so haven't chosen the inside papers yet. Do I want to use these? So I could probably cut these down so you could see that there. I'm like, oh, it's only just going to get, oops, so I knew I would do that. Just going to, or maybe I should do that, but that's such a waste of that paper. And I think this paper is what's going to set it off. Like, I haven't got a big enough, yeah, no, this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to bring that down so that I've got some of, sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing here. I'm going to cut it down so it's got a chunk of that, a fair chunk of that vine there. Yep. I did it again. Okay, so we need to come over to the center area here, and we need to come down 1/4 of an inch, I think. Let's see what I've done. What have I written out? We're going to have the inside paper cut at, we need 2 of them, cut at 8 inches by 8 1/4. So it's going to be 8 1/4 tall by 8 inches that way. So we're going to come in, you know what, I think I'm going to do 8 1/8. Yep, 8 1/8 by 8 1/4. So I'm going to cut this one down. So I want to cut it down so that the tip of that is about there. Okay, and then I want 8 1/8. No, it's 8 1/4, isn't it, the height? Shoo, 8 1/4. Okay, by what was it? 8 1/8. Okay, so I want all that, so we're going to come to there, 8 1/8 there, and that's my left side inside cover. Now my right side, what do I want? I think I want this here. Okay, so I'm going to cut off this bit here. This one's the somewhere in time. Okay, the other one was what? Somewhere in time passage. This one is somewhere in time. Okay. So I'm going to have this one. So the height is 8 1/4. Please let this be right. Yep, and then this way I want it 8 1/8. Okay, inside back. Keep these for tags. Oh, I put that on there too. Now, I think I'm going to ink the edges. Well, I'm not going to really ink them as such as just colour in the in the white core. And you know what? Instead of using black soot, because it's Jet Black Archival. The Distress inks are reactive, so even perspiration on your hands, your fingers and that, when people are looking through the books, can reactivate it. So I want to use Jet Black Archival. It's permanent. Okay, so all I'm going to do now, if it inks on the paper, that's fine, as long as I've got those core, the core of the paper coloured in the black, covered in the black, I'm happy. So I've got the black pages as well. Now, so that's going to be the centre. You're not going to see most of that. You might see a little bit of it. So I'm just going to, yeah, like that. And then this up. Oh, see, I told you I'd do it. Oh, man. I'm just hopeless. All right, lucky. That's what I am. I should never have taken the cover tape backing off it, should I? And just a little bit there and there. All right. So this one's going to go that way over there, and this way, and this one's going to come there. So they're going to meet in the middle. All right. So what I need to do is be careful first. And we need to put some Scor-tape. So we've got tape there, got tape on there. So really, that's covered. Might just put some. No, don't need it. It's all on there. I'll put some wet glue on there. But what I'm going to do is put tape around the perimeter of this one. Of both of the inside covers. So I'll speed it up. Okay, and remove the tape backing, and then I'm going to apply some glue stick all around where I've got no tape here. Okay, probably should do a little bit in there. Right, I'm going to try and get this on straight. Okay, so the centre I know, well, I think I know is where that B is there, so I do it to there, try and get it straight. Whoa! Alright, get with it, Jen. So about there, I think, should do it. Phew. Okay, that's that one there. And now we'll get the other one on. So we'll remove the tape back in here. Apply the glue stick to here. And, ow! Pinched myself. Alright, which way am I having it? That way. And then butt that up against that one. Line it up. And hopefully I'll cut this pretty well straight. Okay, there it is, it's going down. Okay, a bit crooked, but hey, you're not going to see that once you get the pages on. Alright, let's burnish it. Now, here is an important part. Now we've got to find, so here is where we've got the space between our spine and our cover. We just want to very carefully bring that up like that and find it here. Run your bone fold. I've got the thicker end here because we know it's a 1/4 inch gap between. And just reinforce that paper on there, on the edges. Don't do it too hard or you'll cut your paper. Alright. Oh, how beautiful is that? That is gorgeous. Oh, I love it. It's just beautiful paper. And then our spine will sit on there. Okay. I've obviously made that. Oh, you only had the pages 8 inches tall. That's okay. Neither here nor there. It sits on there perfectly. Plenty of space. Alright, so what we can do with that now is adhere it down. Woohoo! Remove the tape backing. Because I like to add my pages to the hinges here after the hinge is attached to the spine, to the album. Because then you can line your pages up better within the book. Well, I don't know too much about this, it's all crooked up there, but anyway, you get that. It's homemade. It's unique, it's one of a kind, that's for sure. Alright, so I want to centre this top and bottom, which looks about there. Alright, let me just get that there and that there. If I centre that, okay, it's about there. I'm trying to get it on my grid mat here. And so then I can put it, I can eyeball it a bit better now. There. And there. It's down. Whether it's straight or not, it's anyone's guess, but it's down. Now this is where you really need to take the time and effort to reinforce that hinge piece onto that spine. Just make sure that tape gets really well and truly burnished and attached, because it's going to hold a heck of a lot of weight with the pages once they're all embellished and filled with photos. Don't forget your outside gussets as well. Very important. Oh, here we go. Woohoo! That's gorgeous. I really love it. Love the colours. Love this paper. Alright, so then we can start attaching the pages, but I think I need a break before I do that, so I'll stop here and we'll come back and do those.